Airports can be stressful, but with the right senior travel tips, you can move through security, boarding, and baggage claim with less hassle and more confidence. If you're over 60, today's airports can feel overwhelming, with long security lines, new technology, and crowded terminals that add unnecessary stress. But here's what most people don't realize. Airports actually provide hidden services, perks, and accommodations designed to help senior travelers. In this video, I'll share 5 essential airport tips for seniors that most travelers overlook. We'll count down from number 5 to number 1, and the final tip may completely change the way you approach your next trip. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on travel tips that save you time and stress. Let's start with tip number 5, and trust me, each one gets better as we go. Number 5, master the art of strategic packing for security checkpoints. Here's what this means for senior travelers. Most people just throw everything into their carry-on without thinking about the security screening process. But seniors who travel smart pack with checkpoints in mind. Why does this matter so much? Security lines are where airport stress peaks, especially when you're fumbling with laptops, liquids, and metal items, while people behind you grow impatient. The key is organizing everything for quick access and smooth processing. Here's how to do it right. Use a dedicated toiletry bag that opens completely flat, making it easy for TSA agents to see everything inside. Keep all your electronics in one easily accessible compartment of your carry-on. Wear shoes that slip off effortlessly without requiring you to bend down or struggle with laces. Choose clothing without metal buttons, belts with minimal metal, and leave heavy jewelry in your checked luggage. The benefit is enormous. You'll move through security faster, reduce stress on yourself and others, and start your journey feeling accomplished rather than frazzled. Plus, TSA agents appreciate travelers who make their jobs easier, which often translates to a more pleasant interaction for everyone involved. One senior traveler shared with me that she started using a clear cosmetic bag for all her medications, instead of keeping them in original bottles scattered throughout her luggage. Not only did this speed up security screening, but it also helped her stay organized with her daily medication routine during the trip. The next one is something even frequent flyers often forget to ask for. Number 4, request aisle seats near the front during booking, but here's the twist most people miss. Don't just ask for any aisle seat. Specifically, request aisle seats in the first 10 rows of your seating section. And here's why this strategy works so well for seniors. Aisle seats near the front offer multiple advantages that compound throughout your travel day. You board earlier, which means easier access to overhead bin space for your carry-on items. You can stretch your legs more easily during the flight without disturbing other passengers. Most importantly, you're among the first to deplane, which gives you a significant head start on connecting flights or ground transportation. How do you access this effectively? Call the airline directly rather than relying solely on online seat selection. Airline representatives can often see seat availability that doesn't show up on websites, and they're typically willing to accommodate senior travelers when possible. If you're booking online, check back periodically, as better seats often become available as your departure date approaches. The benefit extends beyond just comfort. Being near the front means less walking through narrow airplane aisles with your carry-on, faster access to restrooms during flight, and you're more likely to receive attentive service from flight attendants who have easier access to your row. Coming up next is a service that can completely eliminate one of the most exhausting parts of air travel, and most seniors qualify automatically. Number 3, take advantage of wheelchair assistance services, even if you can walk perfectly fine. This might sound surprising, but wheelchair assistance isn't just for people with mobility limitations. It's a legitimate service that many seniors can benefit from, regardless of their walking ability. Why does this matter for senior travelers? Airports are massive, with some requiring walks of over a mile between security, gates, and baggage claim areas. Even healthy seniors can find this exhausting, especially when carrying luggage or dealing with tight connection times. Here's exactly how to access this service. When booking your flight, request wheelchair assistance or call the airline directly. You can also request it at the airport when you check in. The service is completely free with most airlines, and there's no medical documentation required in most cases. What makes this service so valuable? Wheelchair assistance doesn't just mean someone pushes you in a wheelchair. It often includes expedited security screening, priority boarding, and direct transport to your gate. The attendant helps with your carry-on luggage and knows the fastest routes through the airport. The real benefit is energy conservation. Instead of arriving at your destination exhausted from navigating the airport, you arrive refreshed and ready to enjoy your trip. One frequent senior traveler told me she used wheelchair assistance not because she needed it physically, but because it helped her skip long security lines and conserve energy for exploring her destination. A little-known service most seniors don't realize is free is coming up next. Number 2, utilize senior-specific airline services that most travelers over 60 never think to request. Airlines offer numerous services specifically designed for senior passengers, but they rarely advertise these benefits clearly. What exactly are these services? Many airlines provide complimentary assistance with connecting flights, including escort services between gates when you have tight connections. They offer priority customer service phone lines for travelers over a certain age, typically 65. Some airlines provide complimentary seat upgrades to emergency exit rows or seats with extra legroom when available. Why do these services matter so much? Senior travelers often face unique challenges like medication schedules, mobility concerns, or unfamiliarity with newer airport technologies. These services address those specific needs directly. How do you access these benefits? The key is asking directly when you book or check in. Many airline representatives are happy to help, but won't automatically offer these services unless requested. When calling customer service, specifically mention that you're a senior traveler and ask what accommodations they provide. The benefits compound throughout your journey. Priority customer service means shorter hold times when you need assistance. Escort services for connections. Eliminate the stress of navigating unfamiliar airports under time pressure. Complimentary upgrades can transform an uncomfortable flight into a pleasant experience. Here's a real example of how powerful this can be. One senior couple traveling to visit grandchildren discovered they could request assistance with their connecting flight in Chicago. Instead of racing through O'Hare Airport with heavy carry-ons, an airline representative met them at their arrival gate and escorted them directly to their next departure gate, handling all the logistics while they simply followed along. Now for our number 1 tip, the most valuable strategy that could revolutionize your entire approach to airport travel. Number 1, plan your entire airport experience around off-peak timing, but do it strategically based on senior-specific considerations. This goes far beyond just avoiding busy travel days. Smart senior travelers plan their movements within the airport based on daily traffic patterns that most people never consider. Here's what this really means. Airports have predictable rhythm patterns throughout each day. Security lines are typically shortest in the early morning before business travelers arrive, and late evening after they've departed. Food courts and restaurants are less crowded during off-meal times. Even restrooms have quieter periods when they're easier to access and cleaner. Why is this so crucial for seniors? Crowded spaces create multiple challenges, including longer wait times, more physical jostling, increased stress levels, and reduced access to services. By timing your movements strategically, you avoid these complications entirely. How do you implement this strategy? Book flights that depart early morning or late evening when possible. Arrive at the airport during off-peak hours, typically before 8 a.m. or after 7 p.m. for domestic flights. Plan meal breaks between typical meal times around 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. when restaurants are less busy. The benefits are transformative. Shorter security lines mean less standing and waiting. Quieter concourses make navigation easier and less stressful. Restaurant staff have more time to provide attentive service when they're not overwhelmed with crowds. Gate areas are more comfortable with better seat availability. But here's the advanced part of this strategy that makes it truly powerful. Use airport apps to monitor real-time security wait times and gate changes. Many airports now provide live updates on security checkpoint delays, allowing you to adjust your timing on the spot. Some apps even show crowd levels at different airport amenities, helping you choose the best times to grab coffee or use restrooms. One experienced senior traveler shared that she deliberately books flights departing around 7 in the morning. She arrives at the airport by 5 a.m., moves through security with minimal wait, enjoys a quiet breakfast at an uncrowded restaurant, and boards her flight feeling relaxed and prepared. Meanwhile, travelers arriving later face packed security lines, crowded gates, and rushed boarding processes. The psychology behind this approach is simple but powerful. When you control the timing and pace of your airport experience, you transform from a reactive traveler dealing with chaos into a proactive traveler who moves through the airport with intention and ease. This timing strategy works for every aspect of your journey. Baggage claim areas are less chaotic when fewer flights are arriving simultaneously. Ground transportation has shorter wait times during off-peak hours. Even parking at the airport is easier and often less expensive when you're traveling during non-rush periods. That wraps up our #1 tip for seniors traveling smart at the airport. Subscribe now to Passenger Pro for more senior travel hacks every week.